Hello students, welcome to the channel. This is Anamika Talukdar and I will make videos for the subject business studies. So this is my first explanation of business studies in the channel. I hope you appreciate my effort and love the work I do. Okay, the students, those who are thinking to take up commerce as a stream, for them let me tell you, business studies is one of the subject from commerce. And let me introduce a little bit about commerce to you, what commerce is. In simple words and in simple way, commerce is buying and selling. For example, I'm going to a shop, I'm buying something and I'm paying money to the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper gets money and our dealing is done. That is what? One type of business, and that is only commerce. But commerce doesn't only include buying and selling in simple. When we study buying and selling in large, that means in a detailed manner, on a large scale basis, that it is commerce. So buying and selling, the activities which includes buying and selling on a large scale basis, which will include transportation, banking, communication, all will be inside there, and that is only commerce. Now after that, as I will take the subject business studies, so what business studies is? Business and studies. When we study about business, that is business studies. And what is business? Business is, in simple words, busy and ness. When you are busy doing something, when you are in a state of being busy, that is business. Now not just anything will be called business, because when we are busy doing something and by that I am earning money. For example, I am busy doing tuitions and I am earning money from the tuitions, then it will be business. So for calling it to be a business, an activity will have to be done between two parties, and by giving goods and services to the other party, one will have to earn the value as money. So see here the definition, that is activities which are performed. Activities, that means works which are performed. For example, I am a shopkeeper. I am giving some service to the customer. This is a customer, I am a shopkeeper. For example, I am selling pencil to the customer and customer is giving me money for the pencil. So that is what I am providing good. This is a good, this is a thing, I am providing good to the customer. Customer is paying back me money for the pencil. So that is what this activity, this is one of the activity going on. So this activity is known as business. So that is only business. So when we see the definition, that is activities which are performed to earn money. When we do some work to earn money. For that, for earning money, what we have to do? We have to provide goods and services. Services, see, services of a teacher, services of a doctor, this cannot be seen or touched, but it can be felt. So these are called service. Goods can be seen and touched, like pencil, pen, eraser, these are the goods. So when we provide it to whom? Customers. So this is called business, and customer will pay us back money. So this is a business. Simple as that. But there are some businesses which are done for no profit and no loss. Can you tell me, can you comment me some of the activities which are done for no profit and no loss? I'll give you one example, and if you have any other example you know, then you give me. And these are done for welfare of the society. Some businesses are done for no profit and no loss. For example, if a teacher is giving free education to the poor students, if a teacher is giving free education to poor students, then that will be for the welfare, for the good of the society, and it includes no profit and it includes no loss. So that is also, these are also some of the businesses which will be carried for no profit and no loss. So I hope the meaning of business studies, so when we study the whole process, that is business study, I hope it is clear to you. Now we have to see, for being a business, for being or calling it to be a business, there are some characteristics. So what are the characteristics a business will have? Let me discuss this to you. So now I am going to discuss the nature and characteristics of business. First characteristic is exchange. The word exchange means when we give something and then when we get something in return, that is exchanging. For example, if there is one person, giving one example to you, if there is one person, or say it as a customer, he is a customer, this person is a customer. So he is going to a shop and there is one shopkeeper. This is shopkeeper. So he is going to the shop, asking the shopkeeper that I need 1 kg of potato. Now shopkeeper will give him. So he will give him what? 1 kg of potato. And in return, what the customer will have to pay? He will have to give some value to him, that is money. So the customer is taking 1 kg of potato, that is goods. This can be termed as goods. And in return, he is giving money to the shopkeeper. So this process, this giving and taking back something, this process is known as what? Exchange. So as simple as that. So when you are giving something and in return you are expecting something back, then it is exchange. So sometimes services are also exchanged, not only goods. For example, education. So when a teacher gives education to the students, these are services. In return, students are paying back the teacher, and that is value. The value is given by students to the teacher. Teacher is giving his or her knowledge, sharing his or her knowledge to the students. But there are some services which are done for our personal uses, and these cannot be called as business. Like if we are going to a birthday party, we are gifting something to the person whose birthday it is, and we cannot ask the person that give me the money of that present which I have given you, then that will not be called a business. That is a gift to the person. We do not expect anything in return, and that's why it is not fulfilling, the activity is not fulfilling the criteria of exchange, so that will not be called business. But this process is business when the customer is getting the goods and he is paying the money to the shopkeeper. This process is exchange. So the next point is creation of utilities. So it means the process of business which are like production, distribution, and consumption. Production means to produce goods and services, making of goods and services. Then after that, this is the process, distributing the production, the goods and services to the market. Where it is distributed? In the market. After that, from the market, the customers, they buy according to the requirements. We buy from our markets. To our nearby markets we go and we buy what are the necessary things are required. So from the market, then we consume, we take the products. So these processes are, these processes goes on, it continues. So this cannot be stopped. That is creation of utility. So a business, when it is a business will have to fulfill these requirements of the customer. Even if there are difficulties, then also a business will have to create the utilities to the customer, that it can give goods and services when it is required to the customers. So that is one of the characteristic. Like take the example of now COVID-19 situation. Because of this situation, as we know that there are problems everywhere, but then also the businesses which are going on, these are not stopped for a long period of time. These are stopped for a certain period of time, but after it is not stopped for the customers, as we know that the customers will have to be benefited by the business. So the businesses will carry on to do their businesses even if there are difficulties, and if they cannot, then that will not be business, then that will be the stopping of business or putting an end to the business. So if a business will have to continue with these characteristics, it will have to run. That is creating utilities for the customers. I hope it's clear to you. Third point is recurrence of dealings. It means transactions of a business will have to be regular. It is not a one-time process, and transaction meaning is an agreement between buyer and seller, or a process between buyer and seller, like a buyer buys something and the seller gets money back for that good or service provided by seller. So that is transaction, and it will have to be regular. It is not a one-time process. Like a shopkeeper opens the shop regularly. The shopkeeper is also a businessman, opens shop regularly. It is not like that the shopkeeper opens his shop only once a week or once a month. Then it will not be a business. Like for example, we sell newspaper after like 6 months, sometimes after 1 year, after like few months. So this is not a business because it is one-time transaction or one-time process. So for calling it to be business, the business will have to be regular. The dealings will have to be regular. Fourth characteristic of business is profit motive. So when we open a business, then our motive will also have to earn profit by giving goods and services to the customer. One example to you again. I am a businessman. For example, I am doing a business. I will not be businessman. Actually, I will be businesswoman. But then also, you will understand it. So, if I am doing a business, if there is a businessman, if a business is going on, his motive will have to what? To earn profit. Motive is to earn profit. But how? Not by cheating or gambling. If I am cheating someone or gambling and by that I am earning profit, that is not a business. By doing welfare, by working for the society, by working for the people. For example, I am a teacher. Yes, I am a teacher actually. So teacher giving services to students. So there are students giving services to students. So this is a service, and I'm a teacher, I'm giving to students, and from the students I'm earning what? Money. So this is my profit. My motive is to earn profit by giving what? My motive is to earn profit. My motive is to earn profit, but by giving services to the students. So if I'm giving services and goods to the customers, and by that my motive is to earn profit, then this can be said as business. So that is the fourth point. Fifth point is mutual advantage. It's very easy. Mutual is both the parties. I said you there are two parties in business. One is buyer, another is seller. Buyer and seller. So there are two parties, and when these and these both the parties will be benefited mutually, then only it's a business. It cannot be that one party is benefited, another is not. Then it will not be a business. Benefit, it may not be only when we talk about money. It can be about the service also. For example, if a buyer is giving money to the seller for a plot, if the seller is selling a plot, so what this person is getting? A plot is getting, right? A plot is bought by a buyer, and for that the buyer is giving the seller what? Money. So the seller is benefited by money, buyer is benefited by the plot. So both the parties are mutually benefited, and it's one characteristic of business. I think it's clear to you. When there is a business, then both the parties will have to be benefited. That is mutual advantage. Then sixth point is risk and uncertainty. We know that future is unpredictable. We do not know about future. But in the fear of having loss, if we do not do the business, then it will not be a business only. And that's why what we have to do, business always include risk and uncertainty, as future is unseen. So when a business starts, when a person starts a business, then a person will have to take risk. So business carries risk. because you never know if there is a profit or loss. So it carries risk, and that risk will have to be taken by the businessman for doing the business. So as the future is uncertain, we never know when there is a profit, when there is a loss, because we do not know. See, the likes and preferences of customer changes from time to time, and so our products may not be liked always by the customers, and at that time we may face loss. And sometimes it may happen that our products are liked by the customers very much, and at that time we may earn more profit, and so we have to take that risk. So when there is risk, then only there can be business, or when there is business, then there will be risk and uncertainty. So this is the 6th point. Seventh characteristic is freedom of action. So if there is a businessman, this businessman will always have freedom of action, because this person is never under any boss. So when a person is engaged in a job, then that person works under the master or the boss, and that person will have to work according to the boss. But a businessman do his or her, the person, those who do businesses, they are under, that means they are under no one. They carry their own businesses, their own activities, so they are answerable to them. So when the activities faces losses, or if it gets profit, then it is enjoyed by the businessman itself. So that is freedom of action. For doing the action, the person is free. Like one example, if there is a shopkeeper, the shopkeeper, when he opens the shop, how he opens the shop, on which days he opens the shop, that is dependent only on the person. That person doesn't have to go to any boss for asking about the opening or regularity of the shop. So according to the business person, they can do their actions freely. So that is about the business. So point number 8 is clear vision and full knowledge. So business is a dynamic process. It means that the changes in the business environment, the markets, the likes, dislikes, preferences by the customers, it changes from time to time. So businessman will have to have full knowledge about the changes in the market or in the surrounding. So the person will have to have full knowledge about the changes which are going on in the market. He will have to have updated knowledge regarding the market, regarding the businesses, regarding the surrounding, regarding his competitors. So his knowledge will have to be updated regarding the business matters or the changes which are going on in the market, so that that person can run his business smoothly. If the person do not have proper knowledge about the business which he is going to open, then a person cannot earn profit in the market, because this person will not know only what are the likes and dislikes of the customers. So as it changes from time to time, as it's a dynamic market, so a business will have to have clear vision what the business is going to do, what this person is going to do by doing a particular type of business. For example, selling clothes. If the person is selling clothes, then he will have to have that vision that why he is going to do that business, and he will have to have full knowledge regarding that market to get more profit or to run the business smoothly. So these are all characteristics of business. If a business fulfills these characteristics, then only an activity can be said as business. An activity will be only called as business when it fulfills all these characteristics which I explained you. Now I think the characteristics are clear to you. If you have any doubt regarding any of the point, then you can ask me in the comment section. I tried to explain you in a simple way. Hope you understood, and in the next video I will do the rest of the part of this lesson. So for today, thank you very much.